My friend, okay, she was my best friend at the time. She's actually Ukrainian, and she was like, "Oh, like you should actually start to learn Russian. It's such a beautiful language." She was talking in Russia with her mom, and I was very interested, and I've always been interested in languages.
Obviously, we're talking in English. There's people giving us these looks like, who are they? Why are they filming? Blah, blah, blah. What do you strongly dislike about living here? There must be something. No place is perfect, even though
Let me
Moscow's
think about it.
close to perfect.
Okay. I really want to think about it, actually. What I actually dislike about this place.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Allora, Camilla, подожди.
Choose a language here: Italian, Russian, English.
It's.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stan, and welcome to A Russian Opinion. And today I have Camilla. She's been living in Russia for quite a little bit. I'm not going to ask her just yet, but you'll find out quite soon. We're in Moscow. We're going to be doing a walking and talking interview, and she's going to tell us exactly why she came here, what she's doing here, and maybe what her further plans are. So let's go and walk around. Cami, thank you very much for saying yes to the interview. We've been planning it for so long, and I'm happy that we're finally getting to do it.
Yeah, it's like 3 months, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think
Almost,
so.
yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
So, how long have you been in Moscow?
Okay, actually, a few days ago was 2 years that I arrived here in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
I came on Victory Day 2 years ago. So yeah, it's 2 years.
2 years. And did you have any kind of relationship with Russia in any way prior to, or no?
No. There's actually a question that a lot of people ask me if I have some relatives from Russia or someone has been here. No one. I'm the first of my family to be here in Russia.
Okay, and how did you choose? Like, why did out of all the possible countries, why did you say, I want to come to Russia?
Okay, so basically, I chose Russia mostly because of my interest, but how my interest appeared in my life is just like my father. He was always very interested in politics and geopolitics, and he used to talk to me about it after dinner every night almost since I was like 12. And when I was 12, of course, for me, it was not very interesting. But eventually, like when I was 15, I got interested myself. And I just started to do researches about geopolitics.
Yeah, geopolitics, yeah.
Thank you. And I got interested in general, okay? And I was not very, I don't know, like I didn't get along with Западная.
With Western what?
Western
crowd?
politics. Yeah, Western politics, okay? So I was looking for a model of politics that I could agree more with. And I just like started to look for things about Russia. And my friend, okay, she was my best friend at the time. She's actually Ukrainian, and she was like, "Oh, like you should actually start to learn Russian. It's such a beautiful language." She was talking in Russia with her mom, and I was very interested, and I've always been interested in languages, and so I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And so like I started with her the first word to learn the first word, and then I went to a center of Russian language in Turin, in my city, and yeah, I started to learn Russian. That's how I got interested about Russia.
All right. So before coming here to live, did you come here as a tourist?
It was very quick. Like everything was really fast. I came here, as I told you, the 8th of May, and in St. Pete, and in Moscow on the 9th, and I had 2 months, okay, like as a tourist, because I was supposed to come here, just to see how it is. My father was like, "Oh no, you're coming back to study," not because he wanted me there or because he didn't want me here in Russia, but because, like I'm a daughter, like every father is just like, and then I came here, I fell in love with Moscow, with Russia. I've been to Moscow, to Lipetsk, and to St. Pete in those 2 months, and yeah, I just left my luggages here. I went back to Italy with no luggages, And I was like, Dad, I have to tell you something. And yeah, I just came back here in September for university.
Okay, and I mean the question that I have, and I don't want you to, I want you to tell the truth, and you can say negative things about
Really,
Russia
can
or Italy. I don't care.
Can
I don't care.
I?
This is your
You
opinion.
sure?
I'm sure you can.
Okay.
This is.
I'm joking.
It's up to you. But okay, so right now, like we're walking around in the center of Moscow. Obviously, it's quite safe. There's lots of people walking around.
Yeah.
I've been to Sicily. I was in Italy when I was a little kid. I know Sicily is quite different from Italy. However, even though it's one country, I understand. But how do you feel in terms of safety? You being an international student, in comparison to like any typical Italian city.
Okay. Honestly, like there's no comparison at all. Like there is no comparison here. I've always been very, like I was going around also in Italy, and thank God I've never been through like bad things, thank God. But the thing is that in Italy, you actually hear it every day about some bad news happening like in the streets mostly because of immigration, actually, like because of that.
We can
illegal.
we can slow down a little bit if you want, because you're barely breathing and we're walking around.
No,
so.
like I'm a sporty girl. What do you mean?
No, it's talking and walking
No,
that's difficult.
Let's walk.
You
Let's
sure?
walk. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that basically.
Yeah. No, like it's every day you hear about bad news. Okay, happening mostly for women in the streets. Okay, so it's not very safe to go around, and always, every day. So here, I feel safe. Like you can go wherever. Okay, of course I'm talking about Moscow. I would not go probably like around by myself outside. I don't know what I would do. But here in Moscow, you
mean
always,
outside of Moscow?
Yeah, no, outside of Moscow, and I don't even mean St. Petersburg or big cities. In big cities, it's very safe. I don't know because I've not been in small cities. How the situation is, honestly. Like I can talk about big cities. It's very safe. I always go around I love to go around by myself. So no, for safety here, like there are cameras everywhere. There are like a lot of police. They are so nice, actually. They're so young, so you can always like talk to them and ask them like, if you want to go somewhere.
And what? You're talking about the police?
What?
You're talking about the police?
I talk with the police, yeah.
And they speak English, the tourist police?
No, I talk in Russian.
Talk in Russian, okay, perfect.
No, but I know there is a touristic police here in Moscow.
Right, yeah.
And they talk English and some other languages.
Okay. Well, what was difficult to get used to when you first came here? I mean, it's a different language, it's a different culture, but we love the Italian culture, by the way. We love old Italian movies and old Italian artists like Pupo and Adriano Celentano. So yeah, just like, what was difficult to get used to when you came here?
I think the easiest thing that comes to my mind now is the weather. It was like so difficult for me to get used to it because I'm a sun, sea person, and here it's not like that, of course. So yeah, no, but it's hard, but there is beauty, okay, in the cold weather. There is beauty in the dark Moscow during the winter. There is beauty, like it's fascinating somehow. So I love it. It has its own like pluses.
What beauty do you find in the dark gray November and December Moscow weather?
It's Moscow. It's like the Russian vibe. I don't know. Like I love it so much. It's what you see in movies, okay, or what I was seeing in movies like back in the days when I was like watching movies and there was Moscow. It was always like very dark, like Russia, that vibe. And I used to be very fascinated by it. And when I arrived, even though like people are very nice and kind, like the actual atmosphere and the weather is like that. So it's, I don't know, but I love it. I find it so, I don't know, home somehow.
Okay, what do you miss most about home, about Italy?
Family.
Of course.
And I don't know, people are more probably, and again, I'm talking about Moscow, but people are more chill. Like they take things slowly. They're like living their life, and
You mean back home in Italy?
yeah. No, but I'm comparing it with Moscow. I don't know how in other cities it is. But with Moscow, like here, everything is very fast. Everyone is moving fast, going to work, going to university. Like, I don't know why you feel that is like the capital vibes, you know, like everyone is moving too fast. For me, I'm more like taking times to think, to eat to drink a coffee, you know, the Italian vibe.
What about food in comparison? I mean, because Italian food is worldwide, like it's known to be very, very nice, very tasty worldwide. When you first came here, did you get the feeling that for some reason we Russians have worse? Because you said you've been here for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So you came here during like the beginning of the sanctions when the markets were switching from one product to another. Western companies, some of them were leaving. So you must have like...
Should we go there?
Yeah, we can. If we can get through there, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you feel a difference?
I love Russian food. There are something, for example, холодец.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
No, I cannot eat холодец, but I love like salata olivier, but we do have it in Italy, and it's called insalata russa. That means Russian salad. Yeah. And no, in general, I love it because you eat a lot of meat, as we do in Italy, a lot of vegetables, fruits, like soups. Of course, the quality of pasta.
Italy pasta.
Yeah, and also what I cannot stand is that you have, like in the United States, pasta Alfredo. What does it mean? Like it's pasta with chicken and some like sauce.
I like it. Don't hate on pasta Alfredo. It's not.
No. Okay. I have to be honest. I like it a little bit, but I cannot stand the fact that they think that it's Italian. Okay, you you can say that is like a sort of like a dish, but it's not an Italian dish. You cannot tell me that it's an Italian dish, because it's not.
Let's see.
You don't want to go there?
I don't mind going there. Right now, it's so they had a marathon here like last week. Yeah, last weekend. I was stuck in traffic for about 2 hours because there were people running, or maybe they were preparing for it. I have no idea. But yeah, if we can go there and walk around the Red Square for a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, so how difficult was it? I understand that because of sanctions, you had to take several different types of planes, but you had to be able to move some money here to be able to live.
Yeah.
So how difficult was that process now during the sanctions?
Like when I come here, I always bring with me money, cash. And it's like the easiest way for me. Honestly, some other people do that in different ways. Like, I don't know, for me it's the easiest way.
And now you're studying here. What are you studying exactly?
Okay, it's always like a mess for me to say that. Okay, 1 second. International relations and energetic diplomacy.
What? Okay, I get the international relations part, but the other part you said?
Energetic diplomacy.
All right, what is that?
So it's basically is diplomacy in the energetic sphere. So you study in general. Now we have just 2 lessons per week, and it's like an introduction to the energetic world. Okay, so like we talk about oil, like different type of oils, and gas and everything, like the territories that have most of those resources. Like we study that. Geography, oh my god, how beautiful. And yeah, but in general, like I think that we're gonna have a big view on the energetic market in the future, like at the end of our studies.
How has it been? Like, are there a lot of international students in the university that you attend, or are you like one of the few crazy ones that decided to come here?
No, there are some crazy people, of course, as I am, but no, Italians, there are 3 or 4. Okay, 4 or 5 maybe. The thing is that some of them, they are Italian, they speak Italian, they've been living there, but they have one parent that is Russian, okay? So it's not that they are not fully Italian, they are Italian, but I don't know, like I can see the reasons, you know, why you came here. Maybe because your parent wanted you to study here.
Okay.
Other crazy Italian, there is just 1 or 2.
I'm just talking about international students in general, not just
no,
Italians.
I was concentrated on Italy, sorry. But yeah, international students, there are a lot. From France, from South America, from Slovakia, Serbia, some other countries, Germany, like that.
Okay. Now, when you are, you okay? Need a rest?
No, I'm
You're saying you're sporty, but you're barely breathing.
I am, okay?
Okay, now I understand now that we're walking around and we're talking. Obviously, we're talking in English. There's people giving us these looks like, who are they? Why are they filming? Blah, blah, blah. But usually no one ever comes up unless they want to say, hey, I know who you are and I've seen you before.
Oh, yeah? But they really do?
Sometimes they do, yeah. I've had that happen to me quite a bit. Well, let's continue that way.
No.
What, you want to go this way?
Yeah, because there's the sun.
But the question that I have for you is, how are you as an international student, how are you treated by the locals when they find out that you're from Italy?
Okay, I think that I have a privileged position somehow, because Italy, as you said, it's a very loved country here in Russia. Like you Russians love like Italian food, like cinema, culture in general, architecture, art, and whatever. And so whenever I talk and they hear, you know, like a little bit of Italian accent, what?
No, they thought I was American, and they tried to speak with an American accent, so I just gave them the look that I disapprove.
Why you disapprove?
Huh?
What did you disapprove?
Because they're trying to say some naughty words on camera.
Oh, not nice.
No, not nice. Not naughty about you or I, but just in general.
So what I was saying is that they love the fact that I'm Italian. They are always giving me so many questions, compliments, like, you know, they appreciate the fact that I'm here. And they're always very interested about it. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, you have noticed that we have a lot of migrants here as well.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, and Russians do say that, oh, it's almost the same as in Europe, it's almost the same as in like America, we're suffering from the same type of crisis. It's fine, no, it's just the screen turning off. What about yourself? What about you? Because I live in a neighborhood, it's full of people from southern countries. I've been to many different neighborhoods. Is it the same as in Europe, as in Italy?
You mean immigration?
No, the migrant problem that we apparently have here.
Honestly, no. Because first, I might be wrong. Okay, so take whatever I'm saying as my personal opinion. Disclaimer. But in general, like, I feel here people are very much more control. For example, now, like, as like an Italian student, I'm going through so many bureaucracy. Okay, and that's like that for everyone, for almost like for everyone. Okay, you have to follow the rules. You have to go through some bureaucracy to stay here, for studying, for working, for a lot of things, you know, like you have to go through documents and registration and everything. In Italy, is not the case. Like in Italy, you just arrive, you say like, I don't have documents, I'm not gonna work because I don't know your language, I don't know your culture, and I mean, accept me for who I am and take me, you know, like, and I'm living on your taxes. That's it. That's basically it. So I feel that it's completely different. Can you show, like, I mean,
what, where we are? You mean show the red square? Of course. All I have to do is turn around, turn the camera around. So here we are walking on the red square filming, and
so many people.
Yeah, so many people. This is always a place where people come, people meet, they take pictures, they take videos. I had the one video here with Joe.
I am so excited now because I was watching the parade, okay, like on the night of May, and I've been, of course, like in Red Square a lot of times, but when I saw the 9th of May, the parade, I was like, oh, I really want to go back to the Red Square to try to imagine. Have you been?
What, to the parade? On the Red Square?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Why, you have?
No, I would love to though.
Well, apparently it is possible. See, there's...
I know.
They've finished doing their TikToks. I was about to say that we are normal people here in Russia. We're not these weird people that sometimes the internet likes to say we are.
No, yeah. We are. We are.
We are. You're saying we, as if you are.
I am. Oh, I am. I am kind of Russian already.
All right, so how difficult was it to get all of your documents, for example?
Okay. So, visa, very easy. Like, now, like, it's very easy. You just, like, the university, if you're coming as a student, is going to provide you with every document that you need. So, you're going to have a list. You just have to contact the right structure.
Yeah, structure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, the right structures, and they're gonna get you a visa. They're gonna do a visa for you. Second, registration. When you arrive, I actually had kind of a problem with registration.
Everyone has a problem with registration. Let me hear yours.
No, I am very lazy, you know. Sometimes I get really lazy, and I was like, no, yeah, I'm gonna do that, you know, like. And the thing is that you have to do that 7 days, okay? Like, you are here for 7 days, and you have to do in that 7 days the registration. Otherwise, you are kind of illegally.
Kind of. I mean, if you're visiting, they don't really care that much.
No, I was not visiting.
Yeah, that's the difference. You have to.
Yeah. I was not visiting. So, yeah, I forgot about it. And after 3 months, someone, I don't remember even who, asked me, can I have your registration? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was looking for it because I thought I did it, and I didn't. So, like, I had some kind of problems, but everything has been solved because even though there are some queues sometimes, you know, but it's actually pretty fast.
Okay, besides the registration, like, what do you strongly dislike about living here? There must be something. No place is perfect, even though
let me think about it.
Close to perfect.
Okay. I really want to think about it, actually. What I actually dislike about this place.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Allora, Camilla, подожди.
Choose a language here: Italian, Russian, English.
It's okay. Now I'm like thinking in English, and I cannot think, so I have to switch to Italian thinking. Allora, qualcosa che non mi piace. Okay, yeah, no. Sometimes people are really too self-concentrated. Like,
Tell me, I'm curious actually about this one.
Yeah, not everyone, but people just think about their careers and money and material things. Okay, there are always, like, in every country, those kind of people, but here in Moscow specifically, I feel that people are very concentrated on that, and there is not that much space for, like, emotions, and I'm a really emotional girl, an Italian emotional girl, so sometimes I find it difficult. But I'm starting actually to learn from it, and I'm really focused on my things now. I'm colder now in some situation when I need to be. So it's something that it's hard, but it's also like teaching me a lot.
But I mean, you already said that you can feel yourself changing a little bit. You're becoming colder, but you're becoming colder to strangers. What about, for example, when we met, you didn't seem cold to me, but maybe that's because I'm Russian
Not
myself.
Not colder to people. I mean, colder to situations, to bad situations. I'm not colder to people.
You mean like bad situations just seem to not even touch you emotionally? You're like, oh, this happens. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it happened. I know that I'm strong enough. I'm gonna get through it somehow. And it's, you know, like, I don't know, like, just, I don't know, talking to Russian women probably, because they're very strong. In my opinion, Russian women are very strong, like emotionally very strong. So, like I talking with them, mostly not old, but like
No, I don't. I'm listening.
how to say not old, but
Old.
already
You mean
aged.
older, mature?
Yeah, mature women.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Already aged.
Already aged. It's like you're talking about wine. There are already aged women that you have a problem with.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, all right. So you wanted to ask me some questions as well because you wanted this to be like a two-way conversation.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, I told you because I thought, okay. Do you have any stereotypes about Italians?
Oh, stereotypes about Italians. This should be good. Well, you speak with your hands, that's for sure.
That's true.
I don't even think
That's
it's
true.
a stereotype.
Okay, wait. I have to show you something.
Okay,
Actually.
hold on a second. Let me turn around.
Okay, how? Okay, if I do this, what does it mean?
Basta.
Huh?
Basta, no?
Basta? Do you mean stop?
Yeah.
No, like that.
No idea.
I'm telling you. Okay. Let's go home.
Okay,
Let's go
so
away.
faster. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, this is easy. Okay, this was kind of like hard, but this is easy. Like if you do like that, what does it mean? Like
Well,
that.
Like this means what
Like-
do you mean? Like what are you talking about? In Maltese,
That's your
this means-
answer?
Well, no, because I know it from Maltese, but in Maltese, this means like, what the F are you doing?
Yeah, no, actually this is like what are you doing? Like
Okay.
and this is like a question. Like this is not like a specific word, it's like a question. So whenever you're saying like what or where or when, like or who, like it's when you're asking a question, you can add this to give more emotions, you know? Other thing. Okay, later. How would you do later?
No idea.
No idea?
No idea.
No idea.
Nope.
Like that. It's really
Okay.
easy. Would you understand it?
Yeah, I would understand that.
Yeah,
Or
I'm-
actually, I would in some cases think that you're trying to get me to say something faster, to move faster.
Oh, faster?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Like keep
And
on
if
going.
if I do like that, what does it mean?
Something in the past.
Yeah. Well, you're good at it. No, you're good at it. Молодец.
Okay, so stereotypes, other stereotypes. That you're depends, I guess. Northern Italians and Southern Italians are highly different, but obvious stereotypes is that somehow associated with the mafia, not too hardworking, like your espressos and like to relax, like to be on the beach,
Yeah,
like
we
to
love
eat several times a day and have your siestas for 3 hours, take a nap in between work.
I confirm everything but the mafia thing. It's like, like a lot of people, oh, that's what I hate here.
What?
Okay, like a lot of people are like, oh, you know what, I would love to be in the mafia. Like, I love the mafia. Like,
What, the
well,
Italian mafia?
like in general, I like mafia. When I say I'm from Italy, oh, mafia, like that.
No, but who says that? Young people?
Young people. Of course, because they don't know what it is, like they. So like you're like, yeah, cool, great, like that's cool, but people just don't know. It's for them, it's like a lifestyle, like the mafia lifestyle, and that's what I don't like a lot. But in general, like whatever you told, like about coffee, siesta, being like really relaxed during the day and taking our time and being late also.
Yes, that's true. Being late, I forgot about that.
I am
when I was
very-
going to ask you.
Punctual.
For an Italian or just in general?
No, in general.
Okay.
In general, like I'm always on time.
How were Russians portrayed in the Italian media before the special military operation and now? Like, how are they portrayed?
You mean Russian as people?
Yeah.
Okay, like Russian always, in general in Western countries, okay, they are always portrayed,
Yeah, portrayed, yeah.
like as cold people.
Are we?
You're not.
No, okay.
No, you're not at all. Like maybe at the beginning, like when you have your first approach with a person, you are a little bit colder than we are in Italy. Oh, bello, amore,
Yeah.
like we're always like amore, even though you don't know the person, and you're just already любовь моя, типа иди сюда, like I don't know you, and we're like that in Italy, but most of us, and here no. But after 5-10 minutes, I would say that you are like as we are, like very you get along with people very easily, and you are always like there for people to help them. Like even when I go like alone in the streets, I love to walk alone, but honestly sometimes I get lost, okay? So I have to ask to people where should I go, where is the entrance of the metro or whatever, and they're always so nice. They're always like oh my god, like person from Italy is here, like we have to help her, like she has to go like in some places, we have to help her. So no, I would not say that you're cold. No, not at all. You're very nice, kind-hearted, generous, very generous, and always help each other. So
Well, that's a lot of compliments our way. Grazie.
prego.
Yeah. So before we end the interview, I wanted to ask you, if there are some people who are considering coming here as a student, for example,
Yeah.
or just for coming to live, what kind of advice would you give them?
So first of all, Moscow is not the only city in Russia. So like, if for you Moscow is like too big or whatever, like you have many options. First of all, just like in go and get your information, go and do research to understand what fits you the most, because there are many options. Like Russia is so big, so many cities. Second of all, just don't be like, learn Russian probably. Yeah, that's what I would say. Learn Russian a little bit, okay? Like even coming here with an A2 that is not that high level, you can learn it in 6 months, okay, till an A2 if you do like Russian courses, because that's what I was doing. I was doing for 6 months. I was doing like 6 days per week almost, okay, like 5-6 days per week, like 6 hours per day. So yeah, it's easy. Don't worry.
We're gonna see how good your Russian is during the Russian interview.
No.
No, don't worry about it. You'll be
Okay.
fine.
No, but in general, like learn Russian, okay? A2, then you come here, you have to practice with people, so don't be scared to talk to people. Actually, people are very nice. When you talk to them, they're gonna try to like understand you and to talk slowly, so you're gonna be fine. And that's how I actually learned Russian so good, and you're gonna see that now.
Okay.
But
Actually, I have another question for you.
Okay.
So May celebrations, May Day, and
Yeah.
then the Victory Parade celebrations—they're very important. You've seen
No,
them.
I know.
Extremely important. How did that make you feel? You being an international student here and seeing how the whole country feels united. And I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, so please.
no, okay, no. I have murashki. How to say murashki?
Goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps. Whenever I am leaving that day, like for all the day, I wake up and for example, like this year I was in St. Petersburg, and I was with my friend Anastasia, and at her house, like we were not in the streets like looking at the parade, but watching the parade, but we were home, and like at 10 it started, so we were like having breakfast all together, like family, friends, all together having breakfast, watching the parade, like president talking. They were like standing up for the gymn.
Gim, da. The national anthem.
Yeah, the national
I have to
anthem.
switch between languages, so yeah.
Yeah, that's me every day, all the day long. And yeah, so they were like standing up, like staying there. They were like, and I love it so much. Like I love how people are here. Like people are so patriotic
Yeah.
about their country, and it makes me feel so proud of them, first of all, of this country, because I understand that even though in Western countries they say, no, like Russian people do not like the Russian government, like I go around a lot, like I talk to so many people have different opinions, but they're very proud like of their government. They're very loyal to their government. It's something that they truly trust. their government, and that's something that I appreciated so much.
Well, I mean, it could be that you're in a particular circle of people. Of course, we do, generally speaking, the majority do uphold, we do believe in what the government is doing is right. But in other areas, we all, just like everyone else, like to complain about them not doing what we think is right, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, but can I tell you something? That's a topic that I always discuss with people about. Situation in the 90s in Russia, okay,
Oh, yeah.
and situation now, and situation of Italy in the 90s and situation of Italy now. If you take that, like, Russia has grown like probably 50 times, okay, more than Italy, like, for technology, for how beautiful Moscow, St. Pete, most of the cities are clean, okay, like, that's crazy for me, like how clean and like everything is in order, and like how the transportation, everything works. So yeah, maybe they could do more, like, but I feel that they're doing already more than most of our countries in Europe.
But what happened to Italy? You're saying Italy was extremely different. We don't have to get too deep into politics, but Italy was extremely different in the 90s to what it is now. What has happened over the course of the 30-year period?
First of all, economy, okay, that we had the 60s that were like, the boom, economic boom.
Economic boom, yeah.
Yeah, and so everything was very nice. When I hear my father talking about it, he was like living his best life, they were not, that's the thing, what he says is, they were not even thinking about bad things going on in politics because they were living the economic boom. So they were living not like fine, and they were not understanding what was going on, that things were not going the right way in politics. And now I feel that it's just like you don't have many opportunities in Italy. People like my age, they don't have many dreams. Most of them, they're fine with their life, just like chilling. And also like immigration is like kind of destroying our country, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, because again, Russia and Italy.
I'm not against immigration. I'm against the illegal immigration.
Yes, exactly.
I'm against that kind of immigration. If they were coming, doing documents, doing like finding a work, like, and learning our language, our culture, like, trying to understand our religion, not because they have to believe in our religion, but just to understand us, like, I would be fine.
Okay. Well, now that we can conclude the English part of the interview, anyway, this is something that I do in my Russian interviews. It's basically an open microphone.
I want to say thank you to this man. He's very.
It's good. No, it's working.
He's very nice, and he's very, like, I don't know, open-minded and fun. So you have to follow his interview. That's really cringe. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, like, and come to Moscow because it's beautiful. Bye. Thank you very much.
Like, subscribe, and the Russian part of the interview, which we'll be filming now, is gonna come out probably after this English one. So anyway, sign up for the Russian channel. All the links are going to be in the description below. And thank you for watching.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.